I'm ready. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to everyone that's in the Electric James Inspiration Talk Show audience tonight. Thank you so much, Jacqueline and Electra, for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful podcast opportunity to be able to share around the world, certainly here in the state of Texas, where we are in Galveston County, share lives travel from Dickinson High School, homecoming parade. They had a carnival this morning at the high school, and then they climaxed the day with a powerful parade of all schools and all the organizations in Dickinson ISD. Such a great evening. Also selected a homecoming court of the top 5 candidates, as well as a sophomore and Duchess court. And so we're just excited for those kids and this experience for them in their lives. They'll probably remember this evening for the rest of their lives. So I'm here. I'm your candidate, William H. King III for Galveston County Judge. It's been a beautiful week, and we are energized, excited, because we're in the final week before early voting. Yes, we're in the final week. We've come since December when we filed, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. Yes, we're in October, and October the 24th is next week. Are you ready to vote? I am ready to vote. Are you ready to cast your vote for the movement of America, movement of the great state of Texas, movement of Galveston County, state representatives, congressional leaders, county judges, JP judges, as well as district judges, appellate judges here in this great state of Texas. It is a great time. It's a great season because I feel good about the reality that you will be electing some great people to serve as elected officers for the next 4 years here in Galveston County, Texas, in the United States. I believe that we have the great slate of candidates that represent the values of Galveston, state of Texas, United States, things that would suggest that you want to move this country forward. You're tired of the partisanship. You're tired of the divide. You're tired of the evil and meanness and cruelness that has been taking place in our country. And so we're excited the fact that you've given us the opportunity, 1, to be on the ballot, and 2, to be able to represent you come November the 8th when all the votes are tallied, that we will come out as your candidates for swearing-in ceremonies in January. So I will encourage you to, again, identify 7 people that you know, 7 families, 7 people in different families, to encourage them to vote. We've got to vote like our lives depend on it. This is a very critical election. With what's happening on the federal level with Roe versus Wade, with gun laws, what's happening with the voting rights, what's happening on a state level with the difficulty of being able to get election voting for all citizens, making it more difficult for citizens to be able to vote, not being able to take water or food to someone who's been standing in line for long periods of time, not being able to carry more than 7 people in your vehicle to the voting location. Just the mere fact that Texas has the most difficult voting laws in any state in this nation, it's just unconscionable that there's a movement to restrict, to impede, to discourage citizens from being able to vote. One of the greatest civil liberties we have in this country as a democracy is our ability to be able to cast our vote for the person who represents our values and will move our country and nation towards victory in various areas of life. Someone who will be able to be a sounding board to say to the nation, this is what we stand for. This is what we believe. This is why we believe it. This is enough. Is enough with the partisanship. Enough is enough with the divide. So I'm excited to be your candidate on the ballot. 1, to bring accountability and transparency in leadership. Accountability and transparency in leadership. Common sense leadership, where people are passionate. It's our purpose to be able to service people's needs, not a party's needs, but people's needs. Get back to the business of taking care of people. That's going to be one of the primary focuses that I will have as your next Galveston County Judge. As you see me the last 10 months, traverse this county, 17 cities, and the unincorporated areas of Galveston County, you've seen me on not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 occasions, 7 occasions. I will be the county judge that will visit your community, visit your city, to be able to be a part of the furtherance of your city. We'll work on accountability and transparency leadership, which means we'll be able to hear the pulse of the people, hear the call of the people, and be a clarion call to do the right thing. That's why we're asking you to vote for King, because he will always be the person that will, at the end of the day, is going to do what's right for the betterment of humanity, betterment of our society. Not only that, but we're also going to focus on economic development, sustainability. Economic development, sustainability. We're going to focus on bringing jobs to Galveston County. Why is that important? Because when you have jobs that are high-paying jobs, providing wages for individuals, for families, you're able to sustain your household without having to stretch yourself in 2 and 3 jobs in order to make ends meet. Oftentimes, with lower paying jobs, you have more month than you have money. And so you have to work multiple jobs, which means some way or another, somehow the household suffers. And so it's important to me to bring in jobs. Why? Because as our young people graduate from high school, going off to college, getting degrees, diplomas, certifications in various areas, whether it be working for the plant, working for NASA, working for industry, we want to make sure that we have those jobs that they can have benefits for their retirement, benefits for vacations, benefits for medical insurance, so they'll be able to take care of their families. So high-paying jobs, so young people can graduate from these schools, return to Galveston County, have a place where they can work, a location where they can stay, and locations where they can play, enjoy the eateries, enjoy the finery activities of entertainment that Galveston County has so many of, and certainly will be bringing more in. We'll be focusing on having a place where they can work, play, and stay right here in Galveston County. Just reminding you what we are voting for. We're voting for better days. We're voting for brighter days. We're voting for bolder days. We're making a bold move to say to this county, we're concerned about people. We want to make sure you truly understand what has happened, that you're paying more in taxes today. You're paying more in taxes today than you've paid in the last 4 years, that you've paid in the last 8 years. We're paying more today. Under the current county judge leadership, you are paying more in tax. We're going to do something about that. And so we have a plan for us, no new revenue in taxes, making sure we give you the services you need. It's sad that Galveston Island, the city of Galveston, does not have a facility where their senior citizens can engage in senior citizen resources and activities to supply the needs that senior citizens so desperately have earned, having been able to retire and now be able to join the environment that Senior Citizen Services Parks program provides for them in Dickinson or in Texas City or in Lamarck. And so it's important that we do that as we do in Baycliff and San Leon. Galveston deserves a senior citizen facility where they can enjoy, whether it be bingo or cards or whether it be taking trips. They deserve the opportunity to be able to travel to different locations like other locations. They shouldn't have to drive across the causeway to get to the mainland in order to have those amenities provided to them. And so you'll have economic development sustainability. Economic development sustainability. It will provide the jobs for our youth. It will provide the resources for our senior citizens. It will make sure we're taking care of your taxes so that you're able to manage your taxes because it costs so much more to live as a result of inflation. And so we're focusing on not only economic development sustainability, we're focusing not just on accountability and transparency, common sense leadership, but we're also going to be focusing and making sure we focus on flood mitigation resiliency. Flood mitigation resiliency. We've got to do something progressive. We got to do something aggressive as far as flood mitigation resiliency is concerned. It is imperative that you have leadership that takes the position of acting, being proactive, strategizing. And there are innovative ways that we can move forward in Galveston County to ensure that we do something that's progressive to ensure our homes of our residents, the businesses of our county isn't flooding at the rate that it did during Hurricane Harvey. And so we're going to make sure we are progressive in that particular regards. We're going to make sure we move forward in that particular regards to so every resident know that we're providing the leadership that provides the resources for aggressive, progressive, active leadership of resolving flood mitigation. And that's William H. Kennedy III, your candidate for Galveston County Judge. Having that kind of leadership is imperative. We're going to make sure we take care of our employees of our county. We have to take care of the people that take care of the services that our citizens so desperately need and deserve. That when you get into locations, people treating you with respect, and make sure they're paid properly as far as the salary is concerned. Make sure we provide the cost of living adjustments every year so that their salary maintains the rate of growth and development of our county and our state and our nation. So inflation does not overwhelm them in the fact that they're making less and paying more, and therefore having put themselves in compromising positions, working 3 and 4 jobs to make ends meet. And so my name is William H. King III. I'm your candidate for Galveston County Judge. It is imperative that we vote for the rights of women, the rights of citizens, the rights of our young people, the rights of our senior citizens, what you pay in taxes. These items are on the ballot. Your movement of Galveston County in the right direction is on the ballot. And so it's important that we understand what is taking place in this country, what movement, underground movement is taking place to assume and grab power in order to control decision-making in Galveston County, in the state of Texas, in the United States. It's a national movement that's being thrust into our local vicinity, and it's imperative you have people of like mind that's going to do the right thing and be just and fair to all citizens, irregardless of their party, their race, their color, their gender, their sexual orientation. It's the matter of fact that you'll be a leader of people, and that movement is here. And we must make sure we are doing our homework and we are voting to place people in office that will not be about the power grab, about controlling the lives of people, demanding of our residents and our citizens and our locale of things that may not be in the best interest of all humanity. And William H. Kennedy III, I've served 30 years as the pastor of the Great New Hope Baptist Church. I've served 21 years as a city councilman in the city of Dickinson. I've served 27 years as a chaplain with the Dickinson Police Department. I've served 8 years on the board of the Houston Galveston Area Council, was the vice chair, chair-elect, and chairman of the board. I've brought in millions, tens of millions of dollars to the city of Dickinson. I brought in billions of dollars to Galveston County region and 13 county region of HGAC. I've shown and demonstrated leadership on a federal, state, and local level of working with county judges, working with county commissioners, working with mayors, city council members. So day one, we're ready to move this county forward. I am not asking for your vote because I'm a male or because I'm Black. I'm asking for your vote because I am qualified. And of the 2 candidates that's on the ballot for county judge, I am the best of the 2 candidates. Not because I'm just saying it's because it's me. If you look at the paperwork, you look at our credentials as a United States combat Marine in the United States Marine Corps, serving 10 years in the Marine Corps, combat veteran from the Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield. I was a gunnery sergeant when I left the Marine Corps in 1992, staff sergeant overseas in combat. And so I've demonstrated my ability to lead. I've demonstrated my ability to govern. I've demonstrated my ability to lower taxes, balance budgets, take care of departments, and I will service the needs of our departments. Galveston elects its own sheriff. It elects its own county clerk. It elects its own treasurer. And so Galveston County elects many of the department leaders, its own district attorney. It elects many of its own leaders. It elects its own district judges, JP judges. And so I will provide that leadership for those leaders that you elect to office. I'll collaborate to make sure we're getting the best bang for the buck by the best services from the people that are in position to lead. I will be the one making sure we keep our morale and our energy up in our county, providing the resources that you need to enjoy the amenities of being able to live in Galveston County. People will come to want to live in Galveston County when they hear and when they see the growth and the development and the advancement and the progressiveness of our county under William H. King III leadership. You've seen what this county judge can do. You've seen how we've gone down. You've seen the morale of the employees. You've seen the defunding of law enforcement, losing of a constable's office. That's defunding of the police department. You've seen the lack of pay in the sheriff's department. You've seen what's lose district attorneys in the DA's office because the lack of pay. we've seen how far we can go down. Hey, it's time to look up. It's time to go up. It's time to stand up. It's time to vote up. Come October 24th, I'm encouraging you, ma'am, sir, young men, young women, 18 years of age. Let's go to the ballot box by the thousands, by the tens of thousands, and let's vote for William H. King III, your candidate for Galveston County Judge, candidates that will join us in this particular work as a DA candidate, as a state representative, as a congressional officer, as a governor. We will all be working together collaboratively to move Galveston County forward. I was in Friendswood Saturday, sharing with the Friendswood Prayer Breakfast, sharing with voters about how important it is for us to recognize who we are and what we have to offer and the value of worship. I was able to talk with citizens in Galveston on Saturday afternoon as they celebrated Mr. Anders, Kansas City Chief football player, who's now a Hall of Fame inductee, celebrating him as a former student of Galveston Ball High School. So excited to see young people come up through the next levels of football, whether it be Pee-wee into junior high, into high school, into college, into the NFL, and now into the Hall of Fame. And so Galveston Ball has a reason to be able to lift their head up high and be excited to see one of theirs. Dickinson has a reason seeing Jalen Watermeyer play for the Buffalo Bills coming up through the ranks of Dickinson high school sports. And I'm just excited the fact that we're going to truly take Galveston County to a higher place. Again, you've seen how high taxes are. You've seen how we've had defunding of law enforcement. You've seen how we've had horrible behavior from the administrative leader of Galveston County toward employees and toward citizens, telling residents of Galveston, if you want to meet with me, you've got to travel to League City. That's where my office is. That's not how you respond as a county judge to your constituents. You have to give them the attention. You're elected to serve all citizens, not just people who are part of your inner circle, but you service all people. And so my name is William H. King III. I want you to take time right now to go to kingforcountyjudge.com, kingforcountyjudge.com. Let me know you're listening to Elector James Talk Show host show podcast. Let me know that you want to work with me, knocking on doors. Yes, we're in the last week before early voting. We have 2 weeks of early voting, 2 weeks of early voting, and then the election day. And so we have literally 3 weeks before November the 8th. 3 weeks before November the 8th. And so we got still 2 weeks to knock on doors. I need poll workers, people who will stand at the polls 28 on election day, 24 in early voting, and to pass out push cards. And as people get out of their cars, encourage them to go into the ballot box and vote for William H. King III for your next Galveston County Judge. Poll workers. I also need poll watchers, people who go on our behalf of our campaign into the polling location and stand and observe how the flow of voters are coming in, how they're going through the process of getting their ballot, how they're casting their votes, how they're taking their ballots and casting and placing it in the ballot box and their votes being cast. Make sure everything is legitimate and on the up and counting to make sure what is the number of people that's voting is the number of the ballots that we have at the end of the day to turn in. It keeps us all with integrity. It's called checks and balances. Checks and balances. So I encourage you who are listening right now to know I need help. Can't do it alone. Your presence, your participation, standing with us for the principles for which we are running to move Galveston County forward. Just the mere fact that the county judge literally wants to decide who gets to elect commissioners for the Galveston County Commissioners Court. He took the majority-minority thing so that we are no longer a majority-minority, but we're a majority Republican. He made it a 50% the residents, their values and vision and vitality on the county commissioners court. That's unconscionable. That's unbelievable. That's in the 21st century. Again, seeing that positions in your local races, i.e. your city council, your water board, your school board, your college, junior colleges, your community colleges, to get on their trustee positions. And then you can control who is allowed what happens, and if something doesn't work in the manner that the leadership of the nation wants it to go, they can literally have people who can override the vote of the majority of the people. It's just unbelievable that how they're wanting to take the democracy of the greatest nation on the face of the earth and make it autocracy. That's exactly what it is. That want to take us and move us backwards 150 years. Let's be awake. Let's have our eyes open. Let's be open with clear thoughts and see the handwriting on the wall and listen to the sound of the voice that's trying to move us in the wrong direction. My name is William H. King III. I'm not trying to use fear mongering. I run a clean campaign. I just want you to know the truth and what you can see happening right now. What happened on January the 6th? January the 6th was not about democracy. January the 6th was about overthrowing the will of the people. And the will of the people had indicated that Joe was the president that was elected by the majority of the people and the electoral college vote. But the person who was in the office of president just said, no, he won, even though he was told on multiple levels that he had lost. So the movement was, I put in Supreme Court justices, I judges, I have people in authority. Mike Pence is going to override Congress when they're tallying the votes. And Mike Pence is going to take those votes and throw them out and say Donald Trump is the president. And I have senators and congressional leaders who are going to be on board, and they're going to overturn the will of the people, and I'm going to remain as president. And if anybody tries to do anything about it, I have people in power that's going to make sure in the state level where governors are in my party, they're going to support that. But there were people that he underestimated that had values, that had integrity, whose parents raised them to do the right thing. So at the end of the day, it didn't work. But just because it didn't work January the 6th don't mean there isn't an underlying effort today that's trying to move people in positions and places across the nation that will be able to do it if it ever comes up again. That's why you and I have got to, multiple thousands of people across this county, across the state of this nation, to go out and vote. I mean, the mere fact that this current county judge gerrymandered a precinct that had the majority minority Hispanic growth from the 2020 census and literally ignored where the line should be favorable toward the populational growth and said, we're going to make a majority out of a population that is a minority. That's unbelievable. It's not fair. It's not what you do when you're an elected official. So my name is William King III. I'm the pastor of the Great North Mission. I'm going to be honest with you. I've worked 21 years as a counselor. I was always honest. People knew where I stood. People knew I was no nonsense. People. We are the people. I just want to say, understand, if you ever met this kind of judge, you know how meaning treated employees like citizens. There's some things I can't say, but he's in very cool ways. And it's time now, 12 years of being a county judge in Galveston County, taking us down as far as it could take us, fresh person to come in and lead Galveston County to better days. We are better together. We're going to create a lasting difference in Galveston County, and people will know that Galveston County is a great place because you have made it great.
A great place to live, work, and play.
Thank you
right?
so much.
We will work with the citizens of Galveston County. We will work with the mayors, work with the we will work. We are better together.
Yes.
Thank you so much. William H. King III. Do the right thing and vote for King.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought I heard Jacqueline.
thank you, Reverend King.
Yeah. I see where your phone is going low, Reverend King.
Electra, you there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we here, but your picture is gone.
Hey, yeah, you are. I thought I heard you.
Yeah, but
Yeah, your picture's gone now, totally.
so it's saying that your thing is low. So we're gonna go ahead on and we're gonna end it for tonight. We want to thank you, Reverend King. We know that you're tired, but thank you for coming on tonight and showing up for this audience.
You're cutting out really bad. We can't even hear what you're saying.
There you go.
There you go. We're gonna say good night and thank you very, very much. We're looking
Yes.
forward to it for next week. Early voting starts next week.
Okay, early voting.
Hey, and Reverend King, I got my ballot, my mail-in ballot right here. I've been working on it today. So this is what it looks like.
Yes.
Big old 7 pages. That's what it looks like. All right. Bye.
Good. Can y'all hear me?
Just barely.
Just barely,
Sorry about
but
that. I'm already.
you didn't do anything wrong. You have really given us a good feel for tonight. You
have.
Reverend King, you got a heavy schedule. And for you to take out the time out of your busy schedule to come on here every Monday night at 7:30. We appreciate you. The viewers appreciate you. Me as the host of Electra James Inspirational Talks, Jacqueline as the co-host. I'm telling you, you are educating so many people, but we also have to respect you, the fact that you have a lot and you trying to cross this finish line. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. So we'll go on.
I want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to finish strong. I want to finish strong. I want to finish strong. I want to cross the finish line, having done all that we purpose, plan, and position ourselves to accomplish. We have a great opportunity of coming out on top and winning this race. And I want to be the next Galveston County Judge. Your talk show has truly helped tremendously in getting the word out, the name out, so people can hear my voice and be able to know my vitality and my vision for Galveston County. And so I'm so thankful for you and Electra granting me this opportunity. I've been with the Dickinson High School the last week, walking the halls, talking to kids, talking to teachers and students about the importance of working together, getting the education, along with several other pastors from our community. Been making it to various meetings, Friendswood, League City, Dickinson, San Leon, Bay Cliff, Tiki Island, Jamaica Beach, Crystal Beach, just traveling to different areas. I want to leave no stone unturned. I want to finish strong. I'm so grateful for all the people who have been a part of this campaign since January. You've been there, you showed up, you participated, you worked hard, long hours, and we're going to finish. We're going to come out on top, and we're going to be the next Galveston County Judge.
Yeah. All right.
Let's go vote. Let's go vote.
Let's go vote. All right. All right. We'll see you next week, okay?
Take care. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.